This is 95.3 Business Now.
Welcome back to Business Now. One of South Africa's biggest banks, RMB, on Tuesday released the 2024 edition of its special report on where to invest in Africa. The report used data sourced from 31 African countries that collectively represent some 92% of the continent's economic activity measured by GDP and over 1 billion people. The RMB report ranks the two small island economies of Seychelles and Mauritius as the two most attractive investment destinations in Africa, while the larger economies of Egypt, South Africa and Morocco came third, fourth and in the fifth position. Well, let's turn to Mukhtar Mohammed, an international finance and economics analyst and the CEO of Finance with Mukhtar, for more insights on this new report. Good morning to you. It's great having you again on the show this morning, sir.
Thank you, Aram. It is my pleasure to be on radio now.
All right. What are the key highlights for you in this RMB report on Africa's investment destination rankings?
I think the key highlight for me is geopolitical and microeconomic climate, which is very key to other measures that were stated, like innovation, potential market accessibility, and economic performance. But I think the most significant away from this is the area of political and microeconomic stability is key to what this report is saying about. And then if you look further, breaking it down, then they try to look at economic performance, potential market accessibility, innovation, economic stability, investment, climate, social, and women development. That also is key, especially for a continent like Africa that has a very large population. When you want to have that social and human development, it's what attracts most foreign direct investors into your economy.
Well, again, from your perspective, what are the key issues that the report revealed on what makes a country an attractive destination for investment?
I think political stability, like I said, economy, innovation, accessibility, connectivity is also key. In terms of connectivity, in terms of life, in terms of movement, in terms of ease of doing business, in terms of accessibility to data and information. All these are key that drive a lot of investors or investment into some of these countries that you've listed here. If you look at a country like the first two, if you look at Seychelles, in terms of population, they are very low. But again, that country was ranked as a result of the level of personal freedom, human development, and stable economic environment. And also, that also, if you look at Mauritius, is driven by innovation, economic freedom, and high per capita. And GDP per capita is not largely driven by the human development capacity of your citizens. If you look at Egypt, it's largely driven by a sustainable market with diverse opportunity in sectors like technology, manufacturing, and servicing, and a strategic location and economic complicity further enhance that attractiveness. When you look at South Africa, you realize that South Africa is largely driven by their robust financial sector and diverse economic and potential for infrastructural development. You and I agree that South Africa is Africa's best destination when it comes to infrastructural development. Then Morocco, if you look at Morocco is just tied to this connectivity and innovation and economic stability. And when you talk about this connectivity, then you are talking about its ease of assessment to European market. So when you look at all those policies, we realize that it's not just one policy that drives investment into Africa, but various policies that they look at this for investors, depending on what any investor is looking at.
I mean, quite a lot that you've just listed there. But if we look at the report, it shows that Nigeria is not among the current top 5 African investment destinations. Are you surprised at that?
I'm not surprised. If you look at the events of the current days, I mean, the few days also, you won't be surprised that Nigeria is not part of them. Macroeconomic instability in terms of policy from assault, from administration, it does make a mess of what the president of saying that we are attracted investment, we are an investment destination of just $500 million. And again, it just shows when you look at Nigeria now, politically, you could say we are stable, but economically, you realize that we are nowhere to be found, especially in our micro and monetary policy decisions. They have been far from being the best. Also, you look at our human capital development, that also is a problem. It's a big challenge. Nigeria have one of the most vibrant youth, but most of them are underemployed. Then if you look at per capita in terms of GDP per capita, we are one of the lowest in Africa with a GDP per capita of 70,000 naira minimum wage. So all these can't make you be surprised about why Nigeria is not listed there. Ease of doing business is still a challenge to Nigeria. Exchange rate volatility is still there. Two-way exchange system inward and outward is still a big challenge. And again, up to this moment, we have not been admitted back into the MS index of business index, whereby investors are Nigeria. So it's not a surprise that we are not there. It will only be the only surprise is if we are there. And again, this is not coming from the opposition party. This is not coming from people that the government will say, "Oh, you are just doing politically." This is coming from a globally responsible institution, even including from the World Bank, IMF, and other international institutions.
So the point is clear. We are not there. But what should now be the key action line for Nigeria in the immediate and in the medium term, in order to become a unique and attractive investment climate?
Yeah, in the immediate term, you have to begin to think of microeconomic policies, monetary and both physical, to be very stable. If you are removing subsidy, let it be removed completely. Not removing subsidy, then paying it through the back door. If you want to develop your people per capita, it's not about throwing minimum wage. Look at structural wages that we enhance. You have to look at human capital development, not by doing constitutional cash transfer. You need to look at what areas your people really need to be developed. It's not just all about bringing large infrastructure, like you said, like you saw there. If it is based on infrastructure, then South Africa, Egypt, and Morocco should be far ahead of Seychelles and Mauritius. So we should learn our lessons that human capital is also key, and also. We also must learn our lesson in the area of political stability, which is talk about food security. It's part of economic stability, especially when you have a larger population that will need to be fed. We need to be fed, but mostly locally than what we have internationally, whereby most of our food items normally come outside the shore of this country.
Thank you so much, Mukhtar Mohammed, international finance and economic analyst. We appreciate your time. As always, on Business Now, do have a great day ahead, sir. And that's this Wednesday edition of Your Business Now. Do have yourself a profitable day ahead, everyone. I am Aramide Falorunshaw. It's bye for now.
This is 95.3 Business Now.
Stay tuned to your Beyond the News station daily for our up-to-the-minute compact news bulletins from 6 a.m. to 2 p.m., 4 p.m. and 6 p.m.